You are okay. So welcome to the day 2 of the 2021 UC Davis volunteer docent training. We are going to start out. I'm going to switch over to the actual view here, and I know I always have to move this around. Display settings, duplicate slideshow. Otherwise, you get that other page. Okay, so welcome to the docent training. And this is day 2. We are going to go over a couple things. We're going to go over the new sections of the docent manual, how to navigate a lot of our fun video resources, a little bit about our social media, places where you can put reviews, and we're going to ask you to hopefully help us increase the number of reviews that we have for the Science Center, and then answer some questions and answers. And then at 1:30, the director of the Tahoe Environmental Research Center will be joining, and that is Dr. Jeff Schladow.
That'll be at 2 o'clock, not at 1:30.
Oh, sorry, this is 1:30. At 2 o'clock, thank you. This is 1:30. At 2 o'clock, Dr. Jeff Schladow will be joining us. And at 3 o'clock, we'll have a presentation by Dr. Charles Goldman, who is on there. Everyone can wave hi to Charles. So he is just listening in while we're getting started here. So Allison, do you want to take over?
Sure. Okay.
And Joanne says my sound is faint. Is anyone having a problem with my sound?
I hear you okay, Heather. So yes, I don't know what to say about that. You sound perfectly fine on my end.
Coming through fine from me too.
Okay.
Okay, great. And then to Carol and Ed, so I'm assuming that's Carol, we are going to give you the link to the day 1 lectures, and we'll be posting those in the chat for you where you can link directly to them, but we'll also be sending you via email where that's located and showing you where it is. So that will be answered here shortly.
Okay, so I'm going to just kind of show some of the resources that we have very readily available for everybody on our website. And so I am the person, if you find typos, anything incorrect on the website, something that needs to be updated, I would be the person to contact. I am the web mistress for Turk. That's at least what I prefer to be called by my official title. And so this is the Tahoe Science Center page, and you can see the address at the top. Our website, our homepage is just tahoe.ucdavis.edu. And if you do /Tahoe Science Center, you get to the Tahoe Science Center website, but you can also get to the Tahoe Science Center website by going to tahoesciencecenter.org, and it'll just default to get you to this website. So on this website, this is where people can go and reserve tickets through our website, and this will take you to activitytickets.com. And if you scroll down a little bit farther, we have these bars here on the right side, and Heather will talk a little bit more about these, but these are links that will take you directly to our pages on TripAdvisor, on Yelp, and on Google Review, so that you can see the different reviews that we have. And we would also love, after you've shadowed a tour or two, for you to also add your own review so that we can make sure that we are one of the top attractions for the Tahoe area. So also on this page, you can click here and see our reopening protocols. And so this will show you what our plans are for reopening, although I'm sure Heather has already discussed that to you in great depth during day 1. But so let me go back. One of the things I do want to point out is this bar on the top. This is a bookmark bar, and this is something that is available on the docent computer inside the Tahoe Science Center. And you have easy links to get to your signup.com so that you can actually register to be a docent on different shifts. So you can change it either to calendar view or to list view. And this one, I use calendar view because I like to look and see what days are currently available. And of course, my internet is going to be super slow right now, loading things up. But basically, it will tell you, here we go. So it'll tell you what days we have people signed up for. So if there's a 1 out of 1, we already have a docent signed up for that. So on this particular Saturday, on the 26th, we don't have a docent currently registered. And so you would just sign in, and all it needs is your name and your email address, and you would sign up for that shift, and we would know that you're there. And at the Docent weekly newsletter, I always put the list of docents that are scheduled for this week, as well as the docents we are expecting next week. So also on our website, and I'll just go back to the science education, you can see that we have all of our public education programs listed, and one of them is, fancy enough, the docent program. And so in our docent program, we have links, and this was updated June 2021, to all of the new sections of our docent manual. So you can click on any one of these and it will open a PDF that has the most recent version of that particular section of the docent newsletter. And we are still in the process of updating this section right here, which is the exhibits of the Tahoe Science Center. It's a bit of a unwieldy section. It's over 120 pages long. So it's taking us a little bit of time, but we will get that up very, very soon. And so the table of contents will also be updated subsequently. So in this docent website, we also have resources such as all of the training videos that you have seen in the last, from the last training. So we have that docent orientation, the Tahoe 101, the summer reservation system, as well as geology of the region. And we'll have the lectures recorded from today's workshops as well, and those will be added once they're also on our YouTube page. And we also have a couple of older recordings that you can feel free to check out, including research and monitoring at Lake Tahoe, and that's with our boat captain, Brant Allen. And then we also have Lake Tahoe and the World Water Crisis, and I believe that one was with Jeff. And so this will take you to our YouTube page, and I'm actually going to stop sharing because I'm going to let Bailey take over and talk about navigating through. Oh, and there's Heather in the same background. You look exactly the same.
It's my look.
I'm going to stop sharing and I'm going to let Bailey take over and help us navigate through the YouTube page.
Hello, everybody. Hopefully you can hear me all right. I'm sitting outside, but I think my Wi-Fi is pretty decent. Let me start my screen share. Cool. Can you guys see our YouTube channel all right?
Yes.
Awesome. So this is our UC Davis Tahoe YouTube channel. We started this last year when everything went virtual and we were trying to stay a little bit more relevant and still providing education and outreach to the public through fun videos that we created. So this is what the main page looks like, and you can get here just by typing in youtube.com/UC Davis Tahoe, which we can put in the chat. Our homepage will show a video that we have featured, and then if you scroll down, we have a couple of different playlists, which is the easiest way to kind of navigate all of our different videos. And you can actually come up here and select playlists. And this is what I would recommend doing. Everything is organized better in this section. So you can actually find all of the recordings from the docent training sessions in a playlist right here called Docent Training 2021. And if you view the full playlist, it will show you all of the videos that are in here. So if you missed Thursday's training last week, you can come back and watch the geology of Tahoe Basin, our Tahoe 101, and our ticket reservation system. And hopefully you have already seen the introduction to docent training, but if you haven't watched it yet, you can go give that video a watch. I'm gonna go back. We've got all of our garden workshops, citizen science Tahoe related videos. We created a virtual tour of the Science Center when we were closed so that people could still see what was going on inside the Science Center. So if you want to come take a look at these videos, it might give you some context to what you could talk about at all of our different exhibits, which is pretty cool. So yeah, there's a couple different fun resources. There's one that's just called Visual Science Resources that people seem to enjoy. And on here, I believe, yeah, the first one is the Lake Tahoe in Depth, which is the movie that we typically show in 3D in our theater. It's not currently working in 3D, but you can watch it in 2D on our YouTube channel, which is pretty fun. And I think that's about all I've got for our YouTube channel, unless you guys want me to show anything else.
One thing that I want to add to Bailey's little chat right there is if you want to show the docent videos or the videos that our docents created.
That's important. Virtual docents of the Tahoe Science Center. So again, last year we were creating lots of virtual education and outreach videos. We reached out to our lovely team of docents and had some volunteers to film just really quick, simple science talks around the lake. So we've got some of wildflowers, some different snow plants, the sediment core. So these are different projects that you could help us with as well if you want to be featured on our YouTube channel. We haven't done too many lately just because we are kind of getting back into in-person programs. But I enjoy our YouTube channel, and it definitely increases our reach of people that we can teach about the Tahoe Basin. So it would be good to continue some of these. And we'd love to see your lovely faces on our YouTube channel.
And we'd also love you to follow us. We just went from where we couldn't get our own channel name because we didn't have enough followers to making it over the 100 subscribers mark to now we're up to 876 subscribers to our channel. So we've really seen an increase over the past year, which kind of makes sense because more of our content was virtual. And I will just note that Bailey has her background set to black. If your background is set to white, it still works. It looks a little different, but it's exactly the same. So.
It will just be inverse. So the background will be white and the text will be black, but I have a personal preference for a dark background because it doesn't hurt my eyes when I'm staring at the screen for 8 hours a day. But this is not the case. So this will look a little different on your pages. But yeah, this is our YouTube channel. Anybody has any questions about that?
Feel free to raise your hand if you have a question or unmute yourself if you want to ask anything. Otherwise, we'll go right into the other social media fun. So Bailey, do you want to do those or do you want me to do those?
I thought you were doing those, so I don't have any pulled up. So it would just take me a second.
Yep, nope, great. So here is what it looks like on my computer. Maybe I need to switch mine to black background as well, but this is that YouTube channel again. So this might be what it looks like. This is sort of white background is the standard. Our Facebook page, I tried to log out of my own Facebook page so that it would look more like what you might expect, but there are, a lot of photos. So our Facebook page is just facebook.com/UC Davis Tahoe. And if you follow us, anytime we put up a new event or anytime we put up a new article or something relevant, you can learn about us and stay in touch with us through social media. It's a handy thing. So some people prefer Facebook. That same content, although sometimes in a different format, is on Instagram. And that is instagram.com/UC Davis Tahoe. You might notice a theme for the UC Davis Tahoe is sort of it's our website name, it's our handle. And so UC Davis Tahoe brings you to the Instagram page. And so Instagram is definitely not as friendly on a computer as it is on a phone. It's intended for a phone and certain things don't necessarily work on the computer, but you can follow us here as well. And you will get, you will be able to learn more about us. On Twitter, same thing. You'll notice the theme, twitter.com/UC Davis Tahoe. And honestly, sometimes I forward or like retweet some things that come through that are newsworthy, like this drought picture. I thought was really interesting. So sometimes we just share other things that are found on Twitter, but most of the posts that end up are just the same posts that went on Facebook also get copied onto Twitter. So you don't have to follow us in all three places. You pick your realm of choice, and that is just great with us. And we'd love to have you follow us on any and all of these things and join us on social media. There's a lot of fun stuff out there. Lots of videos, beautiful photos, and the team has been doing a great job of keeping those alive. And I put those links all in the chat. If you want to just click on them and click on follow, you can be doing that while we continue talking. The next thing I'm going to go to is our site reviews. So we are on yep.
So as well as following us, we would also love it if you could share some of our content, because the more people that are sharing our posts actually expands our reach. So like and comment is nice as well, but sharing is really going to help us kind of increase our reach and education throughout social media.
Perfect. That's true. I always forget to mention that. So like us on Facebook, like us on Instagram, like us on Twitter, and share. Okay, moving on to the review sites. So Yelp is one place where you can, where people can put reviews. And so the UC Davis Tahoe Science Center, and I'll put these links in the chat as well. The UC Davis Tahoe Science Center, we've only had 13 reviews on Yelp. And in order to make your way up the charts as far as what sites are, you know, most, if someone does like entertainment in Incline Village, the rankings are based on the number of people who have reviewed. So reviews are really a big deal. So if you all wanted to go in and give a review, we would greatly appreciate it. And maybe can bring us back up to 5 stars. Somebody gave us a 2-star review, and it is amazing how many people like to put some not so nice things in. I think more people on Yelp give poor reviews than positive reviews is kind of the standard for Yelp. But we still have, we still made it. We're number 9 in Incline Village. Oh, sorry, I'm switching to TripAdvisor. So on TripAdvisor, we're number 9. On Yelp, I forget, I don't have that right there, but I can go figure it out at some point. But we did get some really nice reviews and comments. And it's also really fun. If I see a really nice review that mentions a single one of our docents, I try to forward those to the person who was on duty. Sometimes that's easy to do, sometimes less so. On TripAdvisor, this is a weird one, is they will not let us call it the Tahoe Science Center because the website leads to the UC Davis Tahoe Environmental Research Center, which is again the name of the group, not the name of the public science center. So while it's still listed as a specialty museum, science museum, the name is just not quite right, and they won't let us fix it. But it does have the correct information. It has photos and tours and tickets and tells about us. But we've received 67 reviews on there. Again, we're number 13 of 17 things to do in Incline. So the more reviews we get, the more that bumps that up. So if you would be willing to go to TripAdvisor and give us a review, or if you can ask the visitors that come in to do so, that would be greatly appreciated. And the third place that there are reviews, so Yelp, TripAdvisor, and then the third place that reviews come in are on Google. And the Google site is pretty great. We've had 30 Google reviews. We've got a 4.9 star. So we're getting very nice reviews on those. The thing that's particularly nice about Google, besides the fact that you can get directions, is the photos. There are a bunch of really cool 360 photos. Oops, now I've moved my Zoom controls in the way. Gotta move those out of the way. But we have some really beautiful photos, and some of them are 360 views. So you can actually like take a tour and come around here and take a tour, and then you can travel into the Science Center. This one happens to be upside down. I can tell right now. I have to flip it right side up. Oh no, it's just that. So a cool view of the sandbox, some underwater topography. So showing a north view. So these are pretty neat. And then inside the Science Center, some really beautiful. And these were done by Stephen McQuinn, who's one of our former docents. And you can take a virtual tour around the Science Center by flipping through these, those, and you can send someone on those on the tour virtually. So looking for, if anyone is willing to give us any likes, we would appreciate it. Oh, look at that. I don't think I ever even noticed that I was on the screen there. So you can see the Science Center, what it looks like inside. So you are welcome to take a tour around as well. And I think that is all that I have. Oops, I still have Bailey highlighted. Sorry about that, Bailey. Take that.
One thing that I would like to add, which is that I mentioned the weekly Docent newsletter. And so as of this week, you all should have received the Docent newsletter, whether or not you are a returning docent or new docent. So if you did not receive the newsletter that looks like this, definitely please reach out to either myself or Bailey and let us know. There's also a chance that it may have been sent to your junk mail or your clutter folder. And so you would just need to go into those folders and mark us as a safe sender.
And I'll also just add that the emails that we're sending out in the summer seem excessive because we have all the different events. Generally speaking, events have a turquoise background, docent emails have a yellow background, and news stories have a whitish gray background. And that's how you can kind of at a glance tell the difference between those different emails. And Allison, thank you for putting up those links for TripAdvisor. They are very unwieldy links, so I would never make you type that, but you can just search them as well. If you go just into tripadvisor.com or yelp.com, you can search for the UC Davis Tahoe Science Center. Google
And the shortcuts are all on the website too, in the Tahoe Science Center page.
And I put that link up. So I don't know if everyone wants to take a second to click around on some of those links and mark those on your computer so you've got them good to go while we're waiting for Jeff to join us. And I'm counting, we have 30 participants currently, and I will just check on Jeff. No questions at all. I am typing to him that we are amazingly ahead of schedule. Does that ever happen? Never.
It's pretty rare.
So
Thank you to everybody who has already followed us on Instagram. I've gotten a couple of notifications that a few people have, and I'm assuming it's not a coincidence.
Great job, team, go. Click on links. This is your chance. Does anyone need any help with any of that? There's a lot of links. All good? Everybody's good? Thumbs up? Everybody want to give me a reaction? Perfect. Physical thumbs up are good. The reaction thumbs up are good. Great. Thank you for liking us on Facebook, Chuck. Thank you for the thumbs up. Physical real thumbs up and little yellow thumbs ups.
And so I will also just say that, so I was manning the Science Center last week during docent training, which is why I wasn't there last week, but we have been getting a steady number of visitors. So yeah, we are definitely excited to get our new docents up and running as soon as possible. It's shaping up to be a busy summer. Everybody is super excited that we're back open and having tours again. And so we can't wait to get all of our new docents in there.
Great. And I thought I would just do, I know we talked through this, but we have already made one change on our activity tickets, and I figured I'd just show you what that is here. So if you go to just activitytickets.com, send someone to activitytickets.com, and they go to entertainment or to tours, you come to the Science Center, Tahoe Science Center, and then if they are making a tour, so the reason this one says call is because we have set it up so that people need to make a reservation by 5 p.m. the day before. If there are still seats available, there are the tours at 1 p.m., 2:30 p.m., and 4 p.m. So if someone selects the 1 p.m., you'll see that they all pop up one. So then they can add tickets, and they're $5 a ticket to have a seat for individuals. They can add that to cart. So that's how that works. It's pretty simple. And so that's where we're pointing people. If you use the QR code, we have a little quarter page flyer. It will take them right to this page where they can see the calendar and choose their tour times. If there are days that are blocked out, that are grayed out, that means that we are either already full or we've closed off this date because of docent training, or maybe we have some sort of specialty tour, or obviously Sundays and Mondays we're not open. So that's why those are grayed out. So there are still seats available at those different dates, but we've switched it. Initially, we were trying to do the $25 minimum, but it was too confusing. The system wasn't allowing that. And so we just switched. It's just $5 per person.
Heather, this is Bruce.
Yes.
How do we handle if there are technical difficulties and what they were expecting is just not going to be available on the full screen or
Yes, so
otherwise?
everything is working. The only thing that's not working is the 3D movie is in 2D, but it still works. They still get to see the movie. They just aren't wearing the 3D glasses, but they are still seeing. So everything is working. Technical difficulties have been solved. We've upgraded the entire exhibit playing system, and that works. It's worked 100% of the time for me. I shouldn't have said that. Everything is working. So we are very happy to say that everything is working. The only thing we're having one technical difficulty with is getting that the display settings correct so that the 3D doesn't make you nauseous when you watch it. Is to make sure that it's aligned. All of that is done. We're just having some display settings issues. So
Okay, thank you.
yes.